Cathy Thomas. A big welcome to Max Schlutz, Executive Chef Partner at the 4 Sessions West Coast Delis. He's going to reveal the secrets behind his delicious fall salad that's topped with nuts and seeds. Chef, welcome. And this is a riff on a Vietnamese salad.
This is something I'm starting to get into a lot more. We've got a deli. So with a deli, you've got a lot of bread left over. A lot of bread means bread pudding, croutons. But I think what's even more fun is to take some of the crunchy, healthy, fatty nuts and use that to top stuff. And in this case, a Vietnamese salad.
It's not only delicious, it gives you a more texture contrast.
Totally. So nuts of choice. We've got some almonds. We've got some sesame seeds here. Sunflower seeds. A little bit of olive oil. All we're looking to do is get a little bit of a toast on it. Nuts can go from perfect to bitter to burnt so quickly, and it'll ruin your dish.
Right. Don't leave it.
Don't leave
go
it.
answer the door.
No.
Don't talk on the phone.
Hang out. This is your buddy
Yeah.
for a little bit. Give it a little bit of salt, okay? Always season your food. A little bit of sesame oil. This is a really hearty oil, so it doesn't take a lot. And that's just gonna reinforce some of that nutty flavor that we've got going on.
Okay, Chef, your take on aioli.
This is a great recipe to have on hand because it goes great on sandwiches. In this case, it just allows you to drag your fork through something just a little bit rich, and it helps offset some of the other really acidic portions of this salad, and it just makes for a perfect bite. We start with a good mayonnaise. It's really important. Start with a good product. If you start with a good product, you almost can't fail. We're making obviously a large batch so that you can keep it in your fridge for the rest of the week. A good sriracha, some freshly squeezed lime juice, all right? And then the last component is a little bit of salt.
And if I wanted less, I could just cut the recipe in half.
Yes, exactly.
And you know what I'm thinking? It's good with French fries.
It's great with French fries. Yeah. The marinade you're about to see here is an homage to my grandfather, who was a great Sunday afternoon barbecuer. He had a couple things up his sleeve. This is a riff on one of them. First thing we're gonna do is some soy sauce. We've got our bourbon.
Things smell good in here,
Yeah,
Chef.
we can probably quit now.
Yeah.
I've got some sugar, granulated garlic, okay? A little bit of salt, not tons because there's a lot of salt in the soy sauce. Some aromatics in our green onions. This is ginger. This is some black and white sesame seeds, and that's gonna help marry it back to the rest of our salad. Last item here is that olive oil. I could see this in a million different ways. I could reduce this and put as a glaze over a burger. Steak of choice for us. It's a new cut that we're using at Sessions. It's called a terrace major, or it's a bistro cut. And it comes off the shoulder of the animal. It eats almost like a filet. It grills very well. It roasts in the oven very well. I do like marinating this steak for about 12 to 24 hours.
Once this marinates, what comes next?
The best way to have this steak for this salad is more on the rare side, okay? So what I like to do is I roast it in the oven. 400-degree oven, I throw it on a roasting pan for about 20 minutes. I pull it out, I put a little more of this marinade on top, I finish it for another 10 minutes, pull it out and let it rest.
Dressing.
Yes. This is the cornerstone of what we do at Sessions. We're very proud of our dressings, our sauces. We make them every day. It's gonna be one garlic. The goal here is to go as thinly sliced as possible. I like serranos because they're traditional here. It's consistent heat, it's consistent flavor.
You left the seeds
I left them in.
All right.
I like heat, all right? We've got our fish sauce, sugar, and then there's no oil in this dressing, just 2 cups of lime juice.
And that's fresh lime juice.
Oh, it's so delicious. I always like doing this specific dressing 24 hours in advance, if possible. Everything that we've kind of done so far is stuff that we can do in advance.
We're plating it up.
God, we worked so hard. We finally made it.
All right.
What we have here is the whole cast of characters when you think of a really fresh Vietnamese salad. This was the sriracha aioli we made earlier. We're starting with a nice, fresh, leafy green. We've got our cabbage.
Pickled onions.
We love heat. Jalapenos in. Spring onion in. Tons of cilantro. Basil leaves. I leave them whole. If you're worried about that, tear it with your hands, okay? Same with the sage. So there it is. Look at that. It's so beautiful. When we dress a salad, salt your greens. Dress the outside of the bowl. Don't just drench the whole thing on top. It's harder to control. God's #1 kitchen tool, right? Your hands.
Impeccably clean.
So we're gonna take a nice big handful of this. Now we're gonna take our steak, these nuts that we toasted. How we
Nuts and
open the show?
seeds.
Nuts and seeds.
Look at how beautiful that is,
So
Chef.
if you could smell this, the mint, the sage, the basil, it's amazing.
Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. An easy version of Japanese cucumber salad makes a great weeknight accompaniment to things like grilled chicken or pork. Start by toasting white sesame seeds in a dry skillet. I want about 1.5 tablespoons. You have to be pretty diligent about watching them and shaking the handle to redistribute them so that they all get nice toasty brown. Oh, look at what a beautiful shade of light brown these are. And you need to have some place for them to go because when they're ready, they're ready. I like to use hothouse cucumbers. Those are the kind that come wrapped in cellophane. However, you can use Japanese cucumbers. You can even use Kirby cucumbers. But if you use the Kirby, peel them completely. Slice about 1.5 cucumbers. Put them in a bowl, and you'll have many more than this. And put on a smidgen of salt. I use, let's say, a generous teaspoon. Cucumbers are about 90% water, and you want the sauce that we're going to put with them to be absorbed. So you want to get all that excess water out. So if you put them in a colander, over a bowl or in the sink, and then you put a little weight on them, it helps push that water out. You want these to rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to put a lot of cold water on them and rinse them off, tossing them. Spread them out on a paper towel and dry them off. And I don't know what could be easier than this sauce. A couple of tablespoons of that seasoned rice vinegar, a couple of tablespoons of roasted sesame oil. My husband likes it if I add just a little bit of red chili flakes. Add my cucumbers and my sesame seeds. And this can sit for an hour or so before serving, or you can put it in the refrigerator for a day. This salad is good any time of year. The produce aisles are filled with so many delicious choices. Try something new, have an adventure.